In today's video, we will demonstrate flying an ILS approach in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk using the G1000 glass cockpit. Today we are flying from Hayward Executive Airport in Hayward, California to Livermore Municipal Airport in Livermore, California on an IFR flight plan. During our pre-flight briefing, the visibility at Livermore Municipal was less than 2 statute miles. However, as you will see throughout the course of the flight, weather forecasts and systems can change quickly. Upon our arrival at Livermore Municipal, flight visibility was 8 statute miles and we were flying in visual VFR conditions. During this particular flight, the weather changed in our favor, but it is important for pilots to review weather forecasts during the pre-flight briefing and file an alternate airport to land at just in case weather conditions deteriorate. This is the approach plate for the ILS approach to runway 25 right at Livermore Municipal. See our previous video on how to read an instrument approach chart or see the Aeronautical Chart User's Guide at FAA.gov for more information on how to read an instrument approach chart. We have programmed this ILS approach and flight plan into the G1000. As you can see, we are now turning to a heading of 261 to intercept the localizer at the initial approach fix-of-view hut. Notice how the magenta line on the HSI automatically turns to our approach course and the needle is starting to center as we make our 180-degree turn. Notice how the HSI needle turns green once we have intercepted the localizer after passing the initial fix-of-view hut. We are currently at an altitude of roughly 3,300 feet, which is 200 feet above the minimum altitude of 3,100 feet as shown in the chart. The approach course for this ILS approach into Livermore Municipal is 255 and we are currently on a heading of 261 trying to keep the needle centered. We are currently a little left of the approach course and need to fly a little to the right to keep the localizer needle centered. After adjusting course a little to the right flying towards the needle, we are now centered on the localizer. The glide slope for this ILS approach is indicated by the green diamond in the display panel. We are currently a little below the glide path since the green diamond is above the center line. The green diamond will be below the center line if a pilot is above the glide path. Notice how the glide slope indicator is now fully deflected below the center line. This means we are above the glide slope and need to decrease our descent rate. A good rule of thumb for maintaining a proper descent rate and staying on the glide path is to take the ground speed multiplied by 5. So if the ground speed was 100 knots, the pilot would aim to maintain a descent rate of 500 feet per minute since 100 multiplied by 5 equals 500. Pilots must be sure to factor in headwinds, tailwinds and crosswinds as winds can affect ground speed and the descent rate required to maintain the proper glide path. See the vertical speed indicator on the display panel to the right of the altimeter. Our current speed is just over 100 knots and we are trying to maintain a descent rate of 500 to 700 feet per minute since we are above the glide path. We are coming in a little fast and will decrease our power to reduce speed to around 60 to 65 knots before landing, which is the recommended approach speed for a Cessna 172. As we begin our final descent, notice how the localizer needle is deflected to the left as we are currently a little to the right of the runway. We have extended our flaps 10 degrees and will extend them to 30 degrees once the approach speed is below 70 knots. Be sure to review your airplane's operating handbook for recommended approach speeds, flap settings, and pre-landing checklists. We have reduced our approach speed to roughly 64 knots on final approach. Notice how the glide slope indicator moves from the bottom up towards the center line as we descended from being above the glide path to on the glide path just before landing. Once we clear the active runway, we get our taxi instructions from ground control and taxi to the hangars. Thank you for watching the video. You should now have a better understanding of how to fly an ILS approach using the G1000 glass cockpit in a Cessna 172. Please like the video and subscribe for more flight training and aviation-related videos.